All right, YouTube, it's Hangover Sunday. Yes, my beloved Buckeyes got spanked by the Ducks yesterday.
Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out.
And when I am in football hangover mode, one of the things that helps me overcome that is sharing. So I'm gonna give you some older footage. Maybe a week or two ago, I recorded 10 to 15 items that I've sold recently for over $100. So each one of the bolos in this video is gonna be around $100. It's like 14 or 15, and then there's one at the end, and you'll understand why I put it at the end. But I'm gonna share because it's just a sad day and I'm feeling really low about the old football team. Even though I have to remind myself they're 17-year-old kids, 18, 19, 20, super young, amateurs. Although they do get paid now, I'm kind of hating life. So here's some bolos. I'm not even sure what provoked me to pick this lamp up. It's an Excavator lamp, as you can see. Let me take you through some of the pictures and maximize this. I sold this for $100, and I mean, it's super cute, folded up well. I did ship it out to California, so cost the buyer around $20, $25 to ship. But I sold it in 2 weeks, and I think it cost me $9.99. I swear I think I sold something like this before, and that's what provoked me to pick this one up. I don't really remember, but it was pretty lengthy, as you can see, like from the floor to, you can stretch the lamp head out and extend it as high or as low as it will go. But a great sale, $100, 2 weeks, and we're just sitting on the lamp section of a Goodwill. Next one here, this took 4 years to sell. So Cardew Designs Teapot. It is called the Punctuality, and yeah, it took me 4 years and 1 month to sell this. I had it listed for $150 and it sold for $100. So I'm very much a list and forget seller. I just list it, put it away, and when it happens, it happens. So even though this took 4 years is a little bit excessive, but I got $100 for it, so I guess I'll take that. And I paid $4.99 for it when I did buy it in 2020. So maybe lower your price and try to move it a little bit quicker if you come across it. But I thought that was pretty neat. And I do remember at the time the comps were sort of in the area, at least for one other one that I had seen. So $100 is definitely fair. Next one here, this is Pierre the Pig. This is in one of my recent sourcing videos, which I haven't done a ton of lately, but I loved him. And he was in excellent condition, still has the chalk, still has the chalkboard, came from Williams in Sonoma. I listed it for $100 and it sold for $100. Here's some more of the pictures of him. I know some of these things are scary to ship, but I just used a ton of the big bubble wrap and a heavy duty box, got it to where it needed to go, and it looks like it landed there safely. So $100, I paid $10, and this was another one that took 2 weeks to sell. It doesn't come up that often, and it was just sitting on a shelf. Sometimes I will find stuff that is nice that comes out on carts, but these items were all really just sitting there waiting for someone to grab them. So these were 3 pretty good finds so far. Next one here, these are the types of sales that I love because they're really boring. They're often overlooked by both the back of the house, the people that are pricing, in the front of the house because they're boring. So it's a bucket seat for WeatherTech. I don't know what car or SUV it fits, but I listed this for $129. Someone sent me an offer of $100 and I took it. It only cost me for either $3 or $4. Excuse me, $4 or $5. And this one sold pretty quick too. This was sold within 3 weeks. So the comps did say that they should be priced in the price range that I listed them at. So I'm trying, more often than not, I try to be on the higher side price-wise, but $100 when I paid $4, I can't complain. I'll jump on that. So that was a good sale. Look for the boring stuff, car parts especially. Looks like it's authentic, made in the USA. So that was a good one. Next thing here, this is the second time I think I found this exact Casio tone, MT40. The one I found before didn't have a case with it, but this was so clean. I think this sold, what do I have it? It sold within 1 day. And this was also in one of my recent sourcing videos. So if you're going back and you're doing some binge watching, look for that. Because I don't remember exactly what I paid to, or maybe around $15. It could have been less than that. It could have been marked 10, but it was so clean, worked great. I think it took, I don't remember what type of batteries it takes, but I have a ton of batteries on hand just for things like this. So probably those big, thick D batteries, but it worked great, sounded great, and it sold really quickly for my full asking price. So one day to get 120, amazing, amazing sale. Okay, next thing here is a Boeing B52G. This is a like 1/100 scale model, and it has a base to it. I listed it for 200. I think I sold this for, I have written down 110. I thought I got more than 110 for this, but I will still take $110 because these are just not, it's not something that I'm really comfortable with. It's not my wheelhouse. Model kits, models in general, sure, I can read data and go back and say, okay, well, I've seen a couple of these sold. But all of the ones that I was looking up that looked like this, they weren't exact. It was either maybe there was a color difference, so maybe there were certain kits that were like the base of the model was the same, but like the stickers and the paint colors were different. I'm not really sure, and I get confused by stuff like that. So looking back to try to get research on how I was going to price this, I didn't really know what to do, and so I just defaulted to listing on the high side at $199. So sold it for $110. I also paid $15 for this. It sold in 3 weeks, and I think I just took like a 24 by 19 by 16 box and cut it way down, made sure that it was wrapped appropriately, and with excuse me, plenty of bubble wrap, and again got it to its destination safely. I'm pretty sure I got positive feedback on this. I don't remember, but that's a great sale even at 110. Next thing here, vintage Orvis duffel bag, beautiful. You know, there's a certain time of day in my backyard where the color really hits leather well, and so I just caught it at the right time because the pictures I think really came out pretty on this bag. I mean, it's in great condition. You can very clearly see that, but this is another one that I listed very high. Orvis, made in the USA. I had it listed for $199. I sold it for $135. Luggage is like maybe $8 or so in my area, and it took a couple of weeks to sell. So it was a fast seller, and I always look for Orvis leather. I look for Orvis green canvas. I look for LL Bean leather and green canvas because they all are like selling in the same price ranges. Most of these like older but in nice condition pieces, even the ones that have a little bit of wear to the leather, make sure you're looking them up because there's demand for these right now, and it's a little bit higher than I remember it. These are selling really quickly, and I'm going to show you another very nice piece of leather here coming up that sold for even more than this to drive home the point that old school old leather that holds up really well is in higher demand than I'm used to. So that was a good sale. Next one here, this one came out on a cart, so I had to be really quick to grab this. CocaCola cooler with drain, vintage, from Progress Refrigerator Company. Let me maximize the photos for you. In really nice condition. Shot on an overcast day. Drain plug in good shape. Still has the tray on the inside. Aluminum. And I had this listed for $199. I sold it for $165. I paid $20 for this, and it sold in one day. CocaCola has a huge following. I made sure I saw some exact models. If you look at the handle you can shift it to get the top off, but it like pops right on into that handle that's almost holding it like a cup, and it stays nice and firm. So when I was doing research, it was easy for me to find exact comps based on the way it looked at the top right here. And so pricing at $199 I thought was a smart move, and I got a great offer on it. So $165, I will take that. Keep your eye out for those old school Coca-Cola coolers. They're great. This is one where it's just a pair of boots, and I grabbed them because I don't know any better. I've never heard of Old Gringo, so I'm almost certain that this is the first time that I've sold this. This buyer was elated when they got these shoes. They said that they fit perfect. I was very happy about that. The style is Marcia, and I listed these high as well. I listed them for $199, and I think I got an offer of $175, which I jumped on. So boots in the store that I bought these in cost, I think, $8 or $9, and there's a picture of the heel, so that if you've never seen Old Gringo, you have an idea what to look for now. But these are kind of unassuming. A very nice floral pattern on this Marcia, and they sold in 5 days. So this person was really looking for these, and again, evidenced by leaving me some really positive feedback. So $175 on a $200 listing, amazing. Next thing here, this one took a little longer for me to sell. It sold in 9 months, but I had this listed very, very high at $250. Ichiro Suzuki, he is long retired, but still very much beloved in Major League Baseball, not just the Seattle area. So one of his jerseys, was this new with tags? Yeah, this was new with tags, and a great find. I think this was $20 for me. Yeah, it took 9 months to sell, and I took an offer of $160. So I thought that was fair based on the amount of time that I had it, 9 months, because I was on the very, very top end for jerseys that were brand new, sort of in this manner, this brand new with tags. So $250 I was shooting high, $160 is definitely very fair. Happy with that sale. $20 on that spend is a deal I'm going to do 100% of the time. So I don't think you need the advice to look up, brand new with tags baseball jerseys, but if you were not aware, it's something that, again, there's a larger market for that also, just like the leather. So keep your eye out, more so than you normally do. And if you didn't know, now you know. So next thing here, Edmonds, Strand, Capto. These sold within hours. I listed them for $300. Somebody sent me an offer of $200, which I took immediately. So, and I think I shipped them within the hour that I got the offer and the payment was processed. So they were in great condition, photographed really well in my backyard, and just got them in there really quick. Capto, great soles, and I found these at a church sale, so I think I paid $2 for them. I could have paid as much as $4, but I definitely didn't pay more than $4. So, and this was a church sale I showed up very late at, so I was actually surprised to find this pair because they were in great shape. They were, I don't want to say they were hidden, but they were in a spot where it looked like it could be easy to miss, so I just kind of got lucky. But $200, paid a maximum of $4. Great sale. Next thing here, back to the luggage. Now, Hartman Tweed, if you're not familiar with it, that vintage Hartman Tweed style, I think they still make the tweed, but the vintage stuff sells very well. This is just pure leather, 22-inch rolling piece of luggage that sold for full price for me, $300. I'll take you through some of the pictures. I didn't know this ahead of time. I knew that when you see Hartman, it's something that you should probably look up, but I didn't know the extent of this style or type of leather would get that much money. So handle was working properly. Hartman is just so well made, and this doesn't really show, especially on the inside, any wear at all. So you can see that it's clearly been used over the years, but they really kept it nice. They kept the interior pretty clean. So you can see right there, outside of like maybe some discoloration down at the bottom, it was absolutely usable. So $300 was just a surprise even for me. So I paid regular luggage price for this, like around $8 or $9 in the store that I found it in, and it sold in 9 days. So keep looking for that luggage. Keep looking for the tweed if it's Hartman. Keep looking for the LL Beans and the Orvis leathers and canvases of the world, because again, that stuff is just selling super fast. And I loved that sale. That was an amazing sale. I love this one even more. Urban Electric Company, I've never heard of them, but these wall sconces that, with the hand, it's called the hand sconce, and it's the 2.0 version. I had to go to their website to look them up because I didn't know anything about them. And the MSRP, which in a lot of cases really doesn't matter for these sconces, was around $1,800. And because it was out of my wheelhouse, I didn't really know what to do in an item this unique, so I listed them at $400 and they sold for $400 actually pretty quick. Now they didn't come with like the light covers, but I disclosed that in the description, along with where to go to find the instructions on how to mount them if whoever was buying them needed that. But these sold really quick. So $400. I paid $8 for each, so $16 for the pair, and they sold in 4 days. It was an amazing sale. But yeah, a lot of times I don't pay attention to the MSRP, but This is a company and a brand I wasn't familiar with, so I went off of that number, and 400, maybe I sold them too low, you know, because they sold really quick. But that was an amazing sale. Though these came out on a cart and they just looked unique to me, so I picked them up, and as luck would have it, they sold really quick for 400. Last one before we talk about the bonus is an Arcteryx jacket that I bought when it was clearance. This is a retail arbitrage purchase. I got this at REI. I paid $225 for it. I had it listed for $450, and I think I took an offer around $380, $383 to be exact. So I still made $100 on it. And for a retail arbitrage purchase, making $100 is a pretty good deal. So that was a great sale. I got positive feedback for this one as well, and it sold in 2 days of me listing it. So I'm going to take you through some of the pictures just to show you what the inside of this looks like, because there are slight variations in some of these Arcteryx thorium jackets. I think some of them don't have a hood, some might have a different color interior. You can see the MSRP was $450, so that's about what I listed it for. Color was orange, but the manufacturer color is what was it, Phenom. Great jacket, new tags, got it and sold it. Okay, as for the bonus item, now this is an AeroGarden that I recently sold for $85. Had it listed for $100, but the reason I'm bringing this brand up is because they have announced they are closing their business for good. So they're going out of business as of the 1st of January 2025. Coming up in the next 3 days, they're going to stop selling their products online. So as of October, this was recorded on October 4th. As of October 7th, you won't be able to order anything from their online website anymore. And what normally happens when something like this occurs is the value of all of the AeroGardens that you might be sourcing or looking at in stores is probably going to shoot up. One of the things that I looked up beforehand are the seed pods. If you could only get them from AeroGarden, then sourcing these well into the future might not make sense because AeroGarden's not manufacturing them anymore. Well, other companies, and I don't know what the third-party companies are, still manufacture them to the extent they'll continue to manufacture seed pods that fit the AeroGarden systems. That remains to be seen, but my guess is the value for these, if you get them in good working condition, is going to skyrocket. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but keep your eye out for this brand because they're going out of business. So you're not going to be able to get these anymore, and it's happening really quickly. So if you buy something, I think in the next 3 or 4 days, they will give you something like a 90-day warranty, if I remember correctly, on their products. But after that, you are completely on your own, and they will shut all operations down as of the first of the years coming up, 2025. So that's the bonus one, and I hope you enjoyed the other 14 as well. All right, that's all I have for you today. And if any of you are watching from Eugene, congratulations. Welcome to the Big Ten. I don't know what to say to you other than good game. Yeah, that's it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.